Here we go. Now for Kareem Hunt. He'll have a first. The 50 to the 49-yard line. A big hitter there.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Hatchet. Kill. Hard.
Shoot. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Gotta do better. Come on, you
Look at me. Go. They run right side with Hunt. Finding room inside the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now a dump off here complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the Colts 38-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 10-2 stop. Topper. Switch.
Get it. 2nd and 11. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 24-yard line.
Recon, 132 fighter.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Pilot, 64, ready.
On second down, it's Hunt. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle. They have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So on 4th down, on comes the Charger kicker, Michael Badgley. Badgley able to knock this one through. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now. 10 Lobo.
Hey, man. Watch the boot.
61, matchbox, light. Hey, Sam on.
On first down, it's Taylor. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This Week 1 matchup between the Colts and the Chargers, there are a couple of ties between the two franchises. Of course, Colts head coach Frank Reich, he spent 2 seasons as the Chargers offensive coordinator in 2014 and 15. Then he would have 2 years as the Eagles OC before coming to Indianapolis. But also, Colts fans, they do not have good memories of the 2007 and 2008 seasons, both times losing to the Chargers in the playoffs when they felt like they had a team that could have gone to the Super Bowl. Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Eason under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Leo. 22 jet bomber. Hey, echo.
Now. 2nd and 15. Finding Paris Campbell, and there's Campbell's first NFL catch. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And the Colts first down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Under 10.
This is Marlon Mack, 3rd-year running back. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help the team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Eason. He's going to go for it all. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Charger drive about to get going. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Herbert. And he completes it to Hunt. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. 3-0 after one on EA Sports.
Chargers 3, Colts nothing.
Ready? 30 base.
Watch the out. Watch the
Hey, orbit. Go. Ready?
Running on first down, Eckler. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
90, Wolf. 6, pull it high.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Mike, 53.
The 46
Hey, Haywood. Fight.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he's got this down to the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot. Slam.
Now Hunt. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Go team, spell. Go.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
2nd and 5. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Ready.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Defense, let's go.
Hurry.
58's the mic. Go 58's the mic. Hey, tight.
Right up.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Badgley's kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Now, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after.
Because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Go.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic. All day, Park. Mike 56. Mike.
2nd and 6. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
But that wound up backfiring. Instead of handing it to your workhorse fullback or running back, they went quarterback sneak, and now they have to punt it away.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Alpha.
They'll run for it with Hines. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Quick throw here to Hilton. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Ready. 5. Stay with your man.
Now a play fake here on first down. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nasir Adderley, the rookie from Delaware. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
Back to throw. Herbert flushed out right. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down.
Switches. Hey, lock it. On the
They'll run on first down. Hunt. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, C6.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. That throw into the arms of Allen. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
94.
A give right side now to Hunt. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of his...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him.
And he's taken down, back at his own 7.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Eason eluding the pressure right. Looking deep for Hilton. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
56, the mark, boys. 56. Check 56. Check tight.
Look at me. Zipper.
Slam. Joke
Off-play action. Eason sliding out of the pocket. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call.
We got this.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
61, matchbox lights.
Check 13.
Now a give right side. It's Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They get the 1st. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Watch the whip. Big ass, big ass, big ass. Chance.
Rock it. Lead river.
Back to throw. Eason. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 at the 19. Looking to throw. Eason, that's complete to Hines out of the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football. Dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Sponge. No.
Go.
Out.
Snap.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Eason. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
High 7. Hey.
58, come on.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins.
2nd and 9 now. Well, this is caught by Williams. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go, defense.
To throw on third down. Herbert. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. The 40. The 30. 10. 5. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen taking it in. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Now whistles and a timeout signaled here by the offense. And that's their first of this second half. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Throwing on third and long. Eason, that's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. Back to throw. Eason, and this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Trey Burton there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 13-7. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30.
Here we go.
The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
General West.
Bang, 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 bang.
They run again with Hunt. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Go!
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 39. And he's the guy Mike Williams at the Chargers took 7th overall a couple of years ago. Battled injuries as a rookie, but in full health last year he caught 43 passes with a knack of really finding the end zone. 10 of those 43 catches went for touchdowns. On first down, it's Hunt, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. They'll try the right side with Eckler. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Protein spill. 5.
On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. There's some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Going on the ground with Eckler. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run with Hunt on second down. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Oh, yeah!
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. On third down, here's Eckler. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Badgley able to punch this one through. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game, his 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
Ready, set.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Eason. He's got Burton here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis, and also move the sticks.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Last stop. Last stop.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Watch one. 56. Mike. 50.
Look at me. Go.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready.
Get it.
Looking to throw. Eason. This one into the hands of Burton. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they shouldn't be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Trey Burton. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Hunt. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's at the 40, 20. Touchdown, LA. Kareem Hunt, 63 yards. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Travel.
No. Off.
Throwing again. Eason. Escaping the pressure right. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56.
On first down, Eason. Now a desperation throw deep down. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell with his first career touchdown in his first career game, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Point after, up and good. So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And this is going to be taken in by the Chargers, and it appears they're going to win this football game. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Badgley on for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game. In this sequence here, maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. Complete across midfield inside the 45. Now the Colts going to burn the second. Seconds remaining on the clock.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56. Let's go. Hey, switch gears. Check.
Throwing on first down. Eason. He's going to let it fly. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. He was looking for the rookie Paris Campbell. And now it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Pick it up, guys.
To throw again. Eason. This one out left to the tight end, Burton. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Eason. Now a desperation. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little, too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the home team here, a win's a win as they eke out the 2-point victory to take the season opener. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Southern California.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Call on the wrist, hold on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hold on the wrist, I never switch, ice in the wrist, call on the wrist, hold on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hold on the wrist, I never switch, ice in the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause I on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They Ella they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not save us, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, watch out, I never